Good morning, welcome back to the farm. Today we've got something a little different for you. This is going to be a good video on how to save you a bunch of money on fixing this problem yourself. And the problem I'm talking about is these Frigidaire refrigerators, and in particular the ice maker and the water thing. I'm going to get you turned around. We'll get started on this video. Stick around with me. So these Frigidaires have a bad design. What we're talking about is if you come over here and you got ice, but you go to get water, nothing comes out. So before you do anything, the first thing you need to do is confirm, is my ice maker still making ice? Now you may get ice out of here by pushing this button. That doesn't mean it's still making ice. What you're going to have to do is open your fridge up, look in here. If you've got plenty of ice, like I do, mine's full. That means I even got my ice maker turned off right now because it's got too much ice. If it's still making ice, you're good to go. Don't worry about it. If you're not making ice, there is a little switch on the back of the refrigerator, and I'm going to show you where it's at. So give me just a second. Okay, I've got the refrigerator pulled out now, as you can see from the wall, and here's your incoming water line right here. So you'll follow that. Obviously, make sure there's not a hole in that and there's nothing back there, and the valve is turned on. If you're not making ice, if you're making ice in your ice maker that I just showed you, you can skip all this. But if you're not, this little switch right down here is going to be your problem. Right there, there's a little valve there that lets the water go into the refrigerator. And when you push the buttons up front, that's where the water comes from. So you'll check this little switch here. You can look up your model number, get it on eBay or Amazon. Amazon has them pretty daggone cheap. I ain't gonna quote the price because I don't remember, but it's probably less than 50 bucks. I'm thinking around 30. That's such an easy thing to do. Turn your water valve off right back there. Take the valve off right here. Reconnect the hose to the new valve, put it on, turn the water on, you're done. Now, if you notice here, I have a problem. And if you can see it, but see all this water? My refrigerator is in defrost mode, and it's done this twice. And I've turned the temperature down on the refrigerator and on the freezer side twice to try to stop this from freezing over. So, first thing you want to check is make sure you ain't got dirty coils. As you can see here, my coils, where my finger is, that's pretty clean. There's not a lot of dust on them. So that is not the problem. The problem simply is it's freezing up because Frigidaire has a bad design on these, and there's a lot of refrigerators out there like this. I'm going to pause you for another second and get you back around front and show you what's going on. So what it is, this line here, it goes back behind this panel here. You can take this off, I'll show you. It just pulls straight out. You're going to take these screws off right here, which I'm not going to do at the moment. And you can see the mechanism behind these switches. But this tube runs down through your door here, right behind where ice pours in. That's why it freezes up. Horrible design. It goes all the way down, all the way down, all the way down behind this door, through this, and then it's right here. If you can take this panel off right here, which I'm getting ready to show you. Actually, I'll just open the doors up and do it. You take this little thing right here off. Right there, see this? That's it. Now, the way to test and see, remember that valve I showed you on the back? The way to test and see if that's working is you just simply unplug this line right here. That's a pressure line, pressure fitting line, and you can pull this little fitting right here and pull that water loose, that water line loose out from that. It just pushes in. Let me see. Well, I really don't want to do it, but because I know what here, I'll do it. Give me just a second to get it set up. Okay, so what we're going to do is try to get this out. All right, see all the water come out? So you press this right here. See this little ring? you'll press that in, and that'll come right out. Now, when I put that switch up here, to turn, like I'm going to go up here up top, and I'm going to press the switch in the door like I'm going to get water out, and watch what happens. Okay, so my switch may be actually going bad. I pressed the switch, nothing happened. What should happen is water should squirt out of this right here, but it didn't. So my switch may be bad, because if the switch is not bad, you press that button, it should shoot out right here. But now, remember, my refrigerator is in defrost mode, and that very well may be why it's not squirting out water. And it probably is, because it works fine otherwise. The reason my refrigerator's in, you can see water dripping right here. See this on my hand? Yeah. Let me show you. See water dripping from the ice maker? Right there, see? It's in defrost mode. And so it probably won't let that switch operate right now. That's probably what's wrong with my only thing. So that's one of the things that can happen. Now, if your refrigerator is not in defrost mode, you press the button up there to get water out, and water squirts out of here, then that means your little switch on the back is good. If your refrigerator is in defroster mode, it probably will not squirt water out of that, because mine won't, and my switch has had no problems. It works fine. That's why my water's not working right now, probably. Now, there's one more problem. See this tube that goes up to the door I talked about? That can freeze up. So what we're going to do, you can do two things. You can get, what I normally like to do, is you can get, let me turn this back around here. And you can get you a hairdryer. I'm going to turn you where you can see. Now all we're going to do is try to blow some hot air through that right quick. And then I'll actually try to blow through it and see if there's any air coming. You can go through. Now you can use our compressor, but be careful with that. You put too much. If you put too much pressure on that line, if you got a hair, you can stick here and try to blow it through. If you put too much pressure on that, you can bust this little line. So be careful if you do it that way. So you can hold that right there for a while and try melting that out, because it's going to, the freezing is going to be right behind here. It's not going to be way down low. It's going to be right in here, right behind this panel right here. You can take this off if you want to and get back there with your hairdryer even better. You can blow a lot of air through that if you want to. I don't think I can get in there to do it. Yeah, I can blow air all the way through it. See if mine's not froze up. That's a good way to check. If you saw what I did there, I pushed the button, then I blew through it here. Now look down here. See, watch. It's quit defrosting. Watch when I press the button now. Watch the floor. See that? It's now on, because I used that hairdryer. It melted that off up there. So let's hook that line back up. Got water all over my floor. So what I'm going to do is open this door, hook this line back up. Just that little bit of time with the hairdryer was all that it needed. Now what you want to do before you quit, make sure there's no leaks down there. I'm going to put my hand under it. Yeah, that's good. Now you've seen all I've done. All I've done was use the hairdryer for about, what, 30 seconds? Because it freezes up right behind here. You use a good hot hairdryer, and let me get a cup and see if you can see. And you've seen what all I've done so far. So don't call a specialist out there that's going to charge you $200 or $300 for something you can fix with a hairdryer, guys. Watch this. See the water coming out? Working perfect. All I did was melt this back here. Put a hairdryer up through that tube where it can get some air, hot air in there. It melted it instantly. So there you have it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it helps you. Remember, don't pay people to come out here and do stuff that you can do for yourself. You saw all I did really. I took the hose loose down on the bottom. I took a hairdryer and put heat right up through here, up to that hose, for about, what, 30 seconds on hot heat. Then I waited about another 30 seconds, and I pushed this switch and blew through it, and the wire went all the way through down to the bottom where we disconnected it. And then I hit the switch and water come out down that pipe like I showed you. I hooked it back up, come up top, and it works. It simply had ice right behind this. It freezes up because it's a bad design. That's how easy it is, though. You don't have to take all that loose. Just take your hairdryer, put it right here for about 30 seconds. It may take a little longer depending. Be careful. I won't do no more than maybe a minute and a half, and then wait a while, because you don't want to melt this little tube right here, right? It's just a plastic water hose, a little water line. You can get that anywhere to replace it if you need to, but that you don't want to melt all that. Now, if you're still having problems, what you can do is take these screws off down here, pull the panel out, and you can see where this hose goes back down behind that. Stick a hairdryer right there to it as well. It's just 3 little screws, pulls it straight out. That's it. So, save you a bunch of money. Do it yourself. Anybody can do this with a hairdryer. Just be careful when you're doing it. And then within probably 5 minutes, you'll have your water back going again. I hope this helped you. God bless you. I'll see you on the next one.